What's going on, guys? You're watching 63 Fixed TV. Today we're going to be talking to the camera, and we're not going out filming because it's raining. Look how grey it is outside. Rainy. Ugh. So instead, as you might have seen on the old Instagram, I'm doing a Q&A. I said to myself that I would do a Q&A video because I knew the weather was going to be bad this week, so I didn't want to not upload a video. So let's go straight into it. We're going to start things off in no particular order. Let's have a look. Mr. Fenn, hopefully I got that right. Where did the name 63 Fixed TV originate? The earliest video was 7 years ago from now, so that was 2011. Now I think it was around 2010, 2011 where a friend of mine at the time, we were coming up with names and we were just putting random names out there like Southampton Fixed Gear because that's where we're from. Then I was like, you know, what if this really takes off and it just doesn't really sound right and people can't relate to the place. There's no significance to the number. It just rolled off the tongue at the time. So 63 Fixed started off as a tongue twister, and then from there it progressed. And there was someone who did actually copy, and this was like recently as well. They've started off a fixed gear gang called 63 Fixed, and I was like, hey man, like what you play that? Which is fine. But then there's someone else called 27 Fixed. I don't know if there's any sort of like relevance. And then of course there was Fixie 63, which has come out recently as well. So, but to me, to us, 63 Fixed was it just rolled off the tongue. There's no significance around it. This is from Giant Rides. Hopefully I got that right. Will there be ride vlogs with other people? Well, if you saw in my previous video, I've been trying really hard to get the original team back together. Sent out a message and nobody can make it on specific days, and if I made it on another day to suit someone else, then that person wouldn't be able to do that day, and then that basically nobody's schedule can line up anymore, at least from the people that still have a bike. So the answer is yes, but not necessarily with the original people, if that makes sense. I've got a very loyal friend called Craig, you've seen in the previous videos. I want to meet up with a guy called Ash B as well, just because he lives in Bedford with a bunch of other people that ride fixed, and the scene down here is just dead. So I want to go, it looks like I'm going to have to go elsewhere to film videos. So yes, there will be videos coming soon with other people. Next question is from Kai Shepherd. He's the winner. Remember the winner of the previous video, the Instagram giveaway? He says, what was your first bike? So I've had many different first bikes. I've had my first ever bike, which was a Rally Booster, this little tiny green thing. Then I had my first mountain bike, I had a little giant bike, but I also had a Zombie Barracuda bike. Then I had my first BMX, which was a Mongoose Villain, massive chainring. And then I had my first fixed gear bike, which was actually a Create bike. It was black, and that was what first got me into it. And I loved that little thing. It was amazing. That was my first fixed gear bike, a Create bike, because I wasn't sure if I'd get into it. Christ. 10 years later, still going. This is from Jamie Leach. Favorite bike you've owned? Oh my goodness. You know what? I was a massive fan of the Grime Goat bike, that yellow thing I had. That was awesome. The geometry was awesome. But then of course you've got the Charge Scissor V2. Again, a lot of controversy over that because the bottom bracket was like so low to the ground. But again, I did loads of stuff on it. I just threw it around and it was unbreakable. It might even be the ESB, which I'm riding at the moment. The ESB stands for extra strong bike, and it is fucking strong. So I am throwing that around like no one's business at the moment, and it is holding up nicely. I can do a lot of different things on the ESB. I could put some 700 wheels on there, which is also quite handy. Yeah, I'm gonna go ESB. Next question is from Vuko Tikfran, or something like that. What's the name of that fix up look sharp edit from your old videos? So, I'm assuming you'll talk about this. Right, well, okay, so yes, it was the fix up look sharp track underneath, but what I did was I took a bar of the fix up look sharp track, and then I repeated the bar across, and the guitar is actually me. I'll show you. It basically just went like this. Oh fuck. Something like that, but yeah. So yeah. Next question. How did you get into YouTube? This is from David Vineyard Brooks. How did I get into YouTube? Approximately 10, 11 years ago, I was studying at college. I was studying media studies, you know, like television, newspaper, radio, etc. Film studies, music technology, photography, and some other little bits and bobs. And so I kind of knew how to operate a camera, how to edit videos and stuff like that. And even before then, I actually made a comedy skit show with my best friend at the time, and we basically videoed ourselves doing stupid things to a camera for our own enjoyment. Every weekend we'd say, all right, what can we do a video about now? What can we... So then taking that from the very beginning, again, that was about 15 years ago now. And so we had that. And then, of course, I went to college and learned all the film studies and all that. And I started getting into bikes, and I just wanted to show people, you know, how fucking cool these fixed gear bikes were. And then I just wanted to show people how to look after them and, you know, how to do certain things on them, because it was very niche back in the day. Then I just did it on my own. Bought a camera, got a laptop, and the rest is history. Next question is from Warnock. This is from Warnock. Biggest frustration with riding fixed so far? You know what, mate? I haven't really had any cycling frustrations as such, but frustration I have is that the scene, the fixed gear scene, is the majority of it is in America. The majority is elsewhere where I'm not. So that's the biggest frustration, is that I'm in a place where there's fuck all people around me that have the same enthusiasm as me and have the same availability as me. If only our Cognite crew was still going, you know. So that's my only frustration. I have no frustration with fixed gear at all, except from the fact that I'm not surrounded by other people like-minded. Okay, so the next question is from Jake Bristow, 66. Lugged frame or not? Well, sir, you know what? My opinion, I've found that lugged frames are more expensive. You're restricted with your geometries. They look pretty. They are very well done and well crafted. And that's what makes them more expensive, because a lot more time has gone into making the frame. So for me personally, I would go not lugged because I prefer welded frames. They're a little bit cheaper. The geometry, you have a lot more variety with the geometries, but they look fucking pretty. Next question is from Miltan Anton. Would you ever start drifting? Drifting? This is a fixed gear channel, mate. Like, I'm a big fan of Ken Block, but that's cars. You're on the wrong channel. Next question is from Lorenzo Estril. Did you learn all your tricks on a BMX or a fixed gear first? Interesting. Yes, I had a BMX before I had a fixed gear, but I did not really learn any tricks on that. I learned all the tricks on the fixed gear bike. I learned how to wheelie on the old Barracuda, zombie Barracuda, but I did not learn any tricks on a BMX. I learned them on a fixed gear. Next question is from OJ Woodburn. When did you get your first fixed gear? Well, that was probably 2009, when I was 19 years old, or 2010, nearly 10 years ago. Next question is from Suck My Cog. You thinking about getting a more updated geometry frame would definitely be easier to throw around. I absolutely agree with you right there. Yes, if you see the ESB, so if you look where the seat tube is, that could have been a little bit lower, but that was before the era of 26-inch wheelbase. That was when the 700C was the place to be. Obviously, I have seen some very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful frames come out and with a lowered seat tube, and they look amazing. And given the chance, I would love to have a go on one of those frames. But yeah, I 100% agree they'll be easier to ride. This is a question from, I completely forgot your name, but I'll put it in at the bottom there. He asks, what is the best way to fake my own death so I can leave my family behind and spend all my time on the bike? That is a little bit dark. My answer to that would be to get your family involved. You know, get one of those bikes that you attach to the back of your bike, or just get a fucking massive tandem and everyone goes out for the day. That would be my solution, is to get them involved. Okay, now I'm gonna do, I've picked a few other questions which I'm just gonna do speed rounds with, okay? Okay. Speed round, here we go. How many tattoos do you have? Too many. Who is the brand that you are working with at the moment? I definitely can't tell you that yet. Why not or hold fast straps? Hold fast all the way, baby. What's your gear ratio? It's currently 36 tooth to a 13. Will you ever own a bike with gears? Are you crazy? Of course not. How many cats do you have? 3. Who is your favorite YouTuber? Peter McKinnon. What's your favorite band? 26-inch or 700C? Both kind of have their place now. Where do you get your parts from? Companies either send them to me, or most of the time I get them from BMX websites. Sometimes I get them secondhand from other fixed gear riders. If you could ride anywhere, where would it be and why? I would either ride in New York City, California, or San Francisco. To me, that's where it all began, watching Maka Frama. And finally, last question, if you could be known for something, what would it be? My answer to that would be, if I could be known for something, it would be to be one of the OG fixed gear riders and someone who just didn't give a flying fuck. Alright guys, that concludes the little Q&A this week. I'm probably going to number this. To get involved on the next Q&A, you can either leave a comment below in this video with a question of yours, or follow us on Instagram, 63fixed, and just send me a DM with your question there, and it will be on the next Q&A video. Thus concludes the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new and turn on the notification bell, because otherwise on YouTube, you sons of devils, you will not be updated with any future videos unless you click the bell icon, because YouTube has an amazing way of doing that now where it just doesn't let you know when I'm posting. So once again, thank you so much for watching this video. It means a massive amount to me, and if you could subscribe, that'd be fucking fantastic. Enjoy the rest of your day, whether you've just got up or whether you're going to sleep or whether you're on the shitter watching this. Then thank you so much. I'm glad I could be of some assistance whilst you pass the time. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video.
From A to B, I'm a pedal pusher. I push pedals and I take my dust, but it's already settled. Squirt a little cross country on a chain, get a fresh rag right down the frame, ready to go. Tie my army pants at the knees. Already have enough pants covered in grease. Slip on the disc.